Good morning. It is Friday. You made it. So my morning message to you is first I want to show you the t-shirt I'm wearing today. It says growth is a process. And I want you to remember that. Even as you're learning at home, you are growing, you're learning. Some of you are trying to figure out how to do all this. You're trying to be responsible. You're being trusted to do things on your own that you've never been trusted to do before. So I'm proud of you. Think of it as a process. Think of it as a learning process. Um, but if you're having a hard time getting into the groove, make yourself a schedule. Tell yourself it's time to get started. Okay? And I'm looking for those comments. I'm looking to see that you're participating, and I still care. Just because I'm not there in person doesn't mean I don't care that you're learning. My care is the same, and not just that you check them off. Remember, what we talk about all the time is that are you learning? And that's what I'm concerned about. Okay? Now, Fridays I'm going to take to either share a story or some poems or some sort of writing. And I have some poems from one of my favorite poetry books called A Light in the Attic by Shel Silverstein. He's very funny. He writes specifically for kids. So these are for this week. Bored. I can't afford a skateboard. I can't afford an outboard. I can't afford a surfboard. All I can afford is a board. Standing is stupid. Standing is stupid, crawling's a curse, skipping is silly, walking is worse, hopping is hopeless, jumping's a chore, sitting is senseless, leaning's a bore, running's ridiculous, jogging's insane, guess I'll go upstairs and lie down again. That may be how some of us are feeling. We're walking around our house and getting bored, and I can't do this, and I can't do this, and I can't do that. These are two of my favorites in the whole book. Rockabye. Rockabye, baby, in the treetop. Don't you know a treetop is no safe place to rock? And who put you up there in your cradle, too? Baby, I think someone down here's got it in for you. The little boy and the old man. Said the little boy, sometimes I drop my spoon. Said the little old man, I do that too. The little boy whispered, I wet my pants. I do that too, laughed the little old man. Said the little boy, I often cry. The old man nodded. So do I. But worst of all, said the boy, it seems grown-ups don't pay attention to me. And he felt the warmth of a wrinkled old hand. I know what you mean, said the little old man. Okay, let's see. This may be how some of us are feeling if we can't turn in our library books. Overdues. What do I do? What do I do? This library book is 42 years overdue. I admit that it's mine, but I can't pay the fine. Should I turn it in or hide it again? What do I do? What do I do? Okay, let's find one more for us today. Okay, how about this one? The Oak and the Rose. An oak tree and a rose bush grew, young and green together, talking the talk of growing things, wind and water and weather. And while the rose bush sweetly bloomed, the oak tree grew so high that now it spoke of newer things, eagles, mountain peaks, and sky. I guess you think you're pretty great, the rose was heard to cry, screaming as loud as it possibly could to the treetop in the sky. And you have no time for flower talk now that you've grown so tall. It's not so much that I've grown, said the tree. It's just that you've stayed so small. All right, I hope you have a great Friday. do your work, be diligent, get it done earlier than normal, and I'll be looking for your comments.